Welcome to this economic lecture series. In this lecture, we will take currency manipulation. So, how RBI is acting as a currency manipulator and why is it called so? We will see in this lecture. And USA has recently tagged India under the checklist of currency manipulators. So, what are the parameters required for it? We will see all those things in this lecture. Further, I will request you to please like and subscribe. This is new channel, so I really need your support. Further, I will request you to please go through this channel till the end so that you will have a complete picture of it. So what is the context? So we will understand all those things with respect to that currency manipulator. So what exactly is currency manipulator? So RBI is acting as a bank for the Indian market forex exchange, okay, and it always intervene into the forex exchange market to control the inflation for the country. So it used to be given a particular target to control the inflation between that range. So like you can't go to the 4% of the GDP, or like to 4% to the 7% is the range given to the RBI to not go the inflation beyond it or the below it, okay. That is the target is given by the government to the RBI, okay. So this is a separate concept. So we will understand that how RBI act as a currency manipulator, okay. So let us suppose right now $1 equal to rupees 700, okay, sorry 70. So for in the exchange of $1 you are going to get rupees 70, okay. Let us suppose that USA market has fall down, USA economic has fall down, USA is facing economical crisis. So in that case all the investors of the USA will start to jump into the Indian market because Indian market is giving good returns. I'm just giving one scenario only, okay. So all those investors will start to jump into the Indian market and they will start to exchange the dollar into the Indian currency, and that Indian currency will be invested into the Indian market. What I'm telling, that let us suppose a particular investor A wants to invest into India. He wants to invest $100 into India. In that case, to invest that $100, dollar is not acceptable to the Indian market because we accept Indian currency, okay. So in that case we will exchange that forex market. In the forex market this $100 will be exchanged and he will get 7,000 rupees, okay. And after that this 7,000 rupees he will be able to invest into the Indian market, in any project, into the stock market, whatever he wants, okay. After that only he will be able to invest that dollar into the market, but actually he is investing Indian currency only, okay. So let us suppose like this investor A, there are lots of investors, all the investors of USA are coming into India, are investing into India. In that case what will happen, all those investors that they will come, they will dump dollar into the forex exchange market and they will start taking rupees from the market, okay. So what will happen in the market, number of dollars present will increase and number of rupees present from the market will decrease, because all the rupees market are taken away by those investors and they are investing into the market. So it means what, that rupees is the rupees from the market is going to lose, like there will be lack of rupees in the market. So in that case what will happen, rupees value will appreciate, okay. And what do you understand by rupees value appreciation? In that case $1, let us suppose if the rupees appreciated by 10, so it will equal to rupees 60. In previous scenario it was dollar, in previous scenario $1 was equal to rupees 70. Now after the rupees appreciation it will $1 will equal to rupees 60, okay. And when rupees appreciate, imports increase. When rupees appreciates, imports increase. Why imports increase? Because the importers are going to pay less money. Earlier those importers who were getting product from that market, they were paying rupees 70. Now when the rupees value will appreciate, this will increase. What will happen, they are going to pay rupees 60. So ultimately import will increase and we don't want imports to be increased, okay. So in that case what RBI will do, RBI will start to snatch away all the dollars, maximum dollars from the market. And what will happen when RBI start to collecting dollars? What will happen ultimately? There will be lack of dollars from the Indian market too. Okay, so what will happen? Dollar market will fall down. The number of dollars in the market present in the forex exchange market will fall down, and ultimately rupees value will start to depreciate. Okay, it will try to stabilize it, but these things can be done from for a certain point only. Like for a certain point only RBI can intervene. After that it is completely out of hand. Okay, so and when the rupees value will depreciate, then at the in that case export will increase. Okay, because in the exporting they are going to get more money. Okay, and all the countries want to export as much as they want. Okay, every country wants to export, because they are going to get money from it. No country wants to import from particular country from the financial aspect, but for the running of the country of the financial import is also important, export is also important, but country wants to do more export because they are going to earn more, the profit is going to be earn more. Okay, so in that scenario RBI is acting as a currency manipulator, because RBI is intervening from the market and nobody country wants it. Because let us suppose dollar is increasing, RBI will snatch that dollar and it will kept it with it. What will happen? Number of dollars from the market will fall down. When the rupees value is increasing, RBI will snatch the rupees from the market, it will keep it himself. After that what will happen? Rupees value will depreciate. But just note that point, it can be done till a certain point only. Okay, now we will see. Now I think you have understand the currency manipulator. What is currency manipulator? Now we will see from the context of the news. Okay, so recently US Treasury has published its semi-annual foreign exchange report. So foreign exchange report is published by the USA 2 times in 1 year. Okay, in every year 2 times it used to publish that report. As per the report, this time it labeled Switzerland and the Vietnam as the currency manipulator and listed 10 other countries and kept them under checklist. And in the 10 countries, obviously we are there, India is there. Okay, so what is this? We will see in the coming slide. So managed floating exchange rate. So what just now I have explained in the previous scenario, RBI exchange rate and all things, that is something called a floating exchange rate that is being managed by the RBI. Okay, so an open economy like India, we allow certain transactions which allow will inflow of dollars or other currency. I'm just taking for sake of understanding dollar only. Okay, like as an open market we allow inflow of dollars or any other currency, further we allow outflow of dollars or other currency. So it is like everything is open. If you want to give dollar, give it. If you want to take dollars, take it. It's like that. So here the example is given in the form of dollar only. So whenever dollar inflow happens, it leads to the exchange of dollar into rupee and vice versa. Okay, like in case of rupee, dollar will be given, in case of dollar, rupees will be given. Okay, so when that inflows happen, in that case export happens. In the case of inflow, we exchange dollar into rupee. Okay, in case of India, we follow a process of managed floating exchange rate. What I have explained earlier in that slide, the same. That means it is something called as a floating exchange rate. In this case, in this floating exchange rate, it should be the market forces of demand and supply which will determine the exchange rate. But in case of India, actually it should happen like, if let us suppose demand is more, then value will then the value should be appreciated. When the demand is less, the value should be depreciated. This is the normal scenario of any economy. But in case of India, this thing is being manipulated by the RBI. How? Like it means in case of India, the central bank, that is the RBI, used to intervene in the market. How he used to intervene in the market? Let us suppose demand is not in the market, there is very less demand in the market. RBI will create a virtual demand in the market by snatching away all the dollars from the market. Let us suppose RBI took away all RBI took away all the Indian currency from the market, what will happen? There is a lack of Indian currency in the market. What does it mean? It means that there is too much demand in the market. But actually the scenario is not like that. RBI took away all the money and there is no money in the market. So it means what? It is creating a virtual demand in the market. So that's why RBI is in the check, like RBI acting as a currency manipulator for the international market. Okay. For the sake of, the RBI used to do for the sake of controlling the inflation only. Okay. So this is the work of the RBI that is given by, this is the task of the RBI also that is given by the government only. Okay. So in order to stabilize the exchange rate, the central bankers keeps intervening the forex market. So in case of India, RBI used to intervene in the forex market. Okay. So what is this US Treasury report? So US Treasury report, as I said earlier, publish a report twice in a year. As I said in the previous slide, that is the annually, that is the semi-annually forex exchange report. Okay, that published twice in a year and keep a watch on trading partners where has been exchange of exchange rate because of certain issues. Okay, like if let us suppose if you are manipulating the currency, so no other countries want to do it because you are creating, let's suppose, a virtual demand, virtual supply in the market, because you are taking the money only. Okay, and people are not buying it. Okay, so what are the conditions for the countries to be under watch list? What are the conditions required? First condition, countries must be having a trade surplus with USA. And for the sake of information, India is a country which have a trade surplus with USA. And second condition, continuous intervention of the central banker in the forex market. As I've said, RBI used to do that, always used to do that. Third scenario, current account surplus. India has a current account surplus with USA. So all those three conditions are being matched by India. India is satisfying all those three conditions, and there are some other more numbers are there that you have to cross that particular number, and India hasn't crossed it yet. So that's why India is not declared under that currency manipulator, but it has been kept under a checklist because we are satisfying all those three conditions. So in that report, Switzerland and the Vietnam had hit all the three parameters. It further, like hitting the parameters, we are just hitting the parameters right now, but we have not crossed a particular data specified in all those three parameters. No need to know what is the data specified, what is the data to cross those parameters. Just for the sake of understanding, Switzerland and Vietnam, along with satisfying all those three conditions, it crossed the data specified for the mentioned parameters as well, and hence these countries are kept under the currency manipulator current country list. Okay, in the other 10 countries are declared as a watch list, including where India is also there. What are the other countries into the watch list? These are Japan, China, Korea, Germany, Italy, Singapore and Malaysia. So from the context of India, yes, as I've said earlier, India has a trade surplus with USA, that is USA, and in the last recent time India has a trade surplus with USA as well, that is a current account surplus. Okay, current account surplus, and all the three parameters are applicable to India, hence it is kept under the checklist. Okay, so what will happen once a country will put under the watch list? No immediate sanction will be taken. It will be given time to work upon it. It will give time to the particular country to work upon it, so that it will remove its name from that currency manipulator list for the USA. It gives time, but certain restrictions used to be imposed by USA. Okay, so no immediate sanctions will be implemented by the USA, but it will rattle the financial market for it, and for that country also it will start to impose certain restrictions for the investors to invest into that particular country. So it will continue to remain to be under. What will happen after that, when the country will be counted under the checklist of the not under the checklist, when the country will be mentioned under the currency manipulator list, in that case it will continue to remain under the list for the next 2 reports published. 2 reports published means what? 1 year. Okay, 2 reports, because the report is published semi-annually. Okay, semi-annually means what? 2 times in a year. Okay, so it is saying that it will continue to be remain under the checklist for the next 2 reports published. In India, it was under the India was also kept under like a watch list in the April 2018, and later it was taken off from the list of 2019. Again, we are kept under the now we are kept under the list of checklist in this 2021. Okay, there is a condition of dirty float that we used to that our RBI used to checklist. What is the meaning of dirty float? I have just given a sake of completion of the definition. Dirty float is something called when the central bank intervenes in the forex market having a float exchange, and that our RBI used to do it. Okay, so I hope you have understand this lecture. Please like and subscribe. This is a new channel, so I really need your support further. If you want any on demand video lecture, please feel free to ping on my Twitter handle. Thank you.